spaghetti squash and meatballs. A spaghetti squash. Do you know why they call it that? I'm going to show you. Take your spaghetti squash, get it on your cutting board, and cut it in half. Next thing you're going to want to do is get the seeds out of your squash. Get yourself a spoon. Just scoop these out. Now do the same thing to your other half of your squash. Get the seeds out. You're going to want to take your squash, put the open end down. Get yourself a nice sturdy fork. You're going to want to take your squash and you're going to want to stab the skin with your fork. You're going to have to do this to both halves. Get your extra virgin olive oil cold pressed. You're going to want to oil your pan. Yourself a brush and just spread that across your pan. After you've oiled your pan, you're going to want to oil your squash. Take your first half. You can use the oil that's already in your pan. Oil the back. And oil the inside. Lay it down on your pan, open face down. Now you're going to want to do the same thing to the other half. Your oven should be preheated by now. You're going to want to take your squash on your pan and put it in the oven. Get yourself a nice medium-sized pot and fill it with water. Fill your pot full of water, you're going to want to turn it on to high heat. Next thing you're going to want to do is prepare your meatballs. I got my lean ground beef right here. Get yourself a large mixing bowl. I got some Spanish onions, some peppers, asparagus, chopped garlic, and egg. Let's chop our onion. Take our onion and put it in with the meat. Now we're going to chop our peppers. We're going to cut our asparagus. After your asparagus is all nice and chopped, put it into your meatball mixture. Get a teaspoon of garlic. Add more to your liking. Ginger. Ginger is perfect. A little rosemary, cayenne pepper, some salt, and some pepper. Now to balance this out, we're going to put a little bit of honey in. Just make yourself a few rings of your honey in there. Now as for the dirty part, we're going to mix it. Sure, all your vegetables and your egg and your spices are all spread throughout your meatball mixture. Let's start making your meatballs. Meatballs might take a while. Get some friends in. You cook together, you eat together. Form a ball. Come over to your pot and drop it in. Repeat until the meat is gone. You can make your meatballs at any size, large, medium, small. It's all good. Double-handed. Here's a big one, and that one's for me. And here's one for you. After your meatballs are in, you're going to want to get your oil and just put some in your pot. Now that your oil's in the pot, your meatballs are going to take about half an hour to cook. Time to check on the squash. We're going to want to flip these over. We flip our squash, we're going to put it back out in the oven. Starting to look good. Now we're going to get a bowl that we're going to put our squash in. I'm using a pair of tongs. I'm going to grab the side of our squash. I'm getting a fork. This is a spaghetti squash, so I'm going to slide my fork down here and take out all the inside. And I'm just going to drop that into my bowl. It's coming out very easy. That's how you know it's been cooked enough. This is the last of our second half. Going into our bowl. We're going to search for a big meatball to see if it's ready. I'll put it on the counter and we're just going to smash it with a fork. That looks good and it's ready. Now we're going to put our meatballs in with our squash. Now that our meatballs are mixed with our squash, we're going to get some organic pasta sauce. We're going to use the whole jar. Think we're ready to stir? You're wrong. We're going to get some salad and put it in there too. This is our spring mix salad. We're going to mix it in here with our spaghetti and meatballs. Just going to take it all and dump it in here. Now time to mix. Let's get our tongs, stir this around. Flip the bottom onto the top and do that over until everything is mixed together. Plate and serve. This is our spaghetti squash and meatballs. The squash is mixed with a spring mix salad. Meatballs containing peppers, onions, garlic, and asparagus. Enjoy it.